What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Destroy coming at you with a new video today, going over the February 1st huge slate tonight. I think it's 14 games in total, but I think the main slate is 11, if I'm not mistaken. 11 games. So a lot of plays, um, a lot of scoring. Last night's was a 6-game slate, and cash was pretty high last night. Still cashed out, thankfully. But yeah, it was a lot closer than I wanted it to be. 14 game slate, anything is possible tonight. So obviously, Toronto is playing Ottawa, and that is the projected highest goal total for a team is Toronto. So Toronto players are some type of exposure somewhere here with this Toronto team. If you're looking for a low value play here, Johnson, 4,200, been getting mangled up in the first couple lines here and there. Hyman, 5,500. Barry's 5,500, really good option there. Jake Muzzin, Sedin, like somewhere. You got to get somewhere with them. Ottawa's not too bad themselves. Some value there as well. Toronto just doesn't play the greatest defense, and their goaltending isn't the best either. Duclair's been shooting a lot lately. If you look at it, last 10 games, 25 shots. He's just not going to get you a huge amount of points all the time, but he's going to get some shots. That first line of Ottawa would be the only line I go after here. Wouldn't really go after anything else. The Rangers are playing Detroit again. They just played them last night. The first two lines, like Zibanejad, Panarin line, get somewhere in there. If you don't want to pay up for Panarin, then get Mika. He's 600 cheaper. 600 cheaper than Panarin. Bucevinich played that first line last night. Got you 14.3 points at 4,200. He's 4,300 playing Detroit again. So great value there. Fast is there. Strome. A lot of good value off the two highest players there too. Dallas and New Jersey are playing both. Dallas plays really good defense, allows a little amount of shots. New Jersey's just been taking a crazy amount of shots lately. Tyler Sagan's the guy you want to target from Dallas. Jamie Benn's there with him. And then a couple values at defenders to get points there. New Jersey, PK Subban has been playing really good lately. Severson, like that defensive group has been playing pretty good lately. So there's value there as well. You just got to know that Dallas probably isn't going to shoot a lot, so you have to adjust for that. Blake Coleman, obviously one of the hottest shooters right now, not as far as goal scoring, but as far as getting shots on net, he's one of them. He's been slowing down lately. As you can see, only 7 shots in the last 3 games. But before then, he was taking quite a few. If you look at his last 4 games, I guess you could say every other game he's been taking a lot of shots. Against Dallas here, you're probably going to need to because they play really, really good defense and they have some good goaltending there. Kyle Palmieri was right below him at 5,300. Doesn't take as much shots, but he's been playing pretty good lately. 10 points in the last 10 games, depending on what lineup matchup you're going to see there. But yeah, I probably wouldn't go after the centers for New Jersey, probably only the wingers and then a couple of defenders. Colorado, obviously, not a huge favorite in this game, but definitely some scoring power. McKinnon, obviously the best play here. It's also one of the most expensive. I think he might be. No, by $100, he's not. So yeah, McKinnon's there. His line, obviously, if you're going to target a Colorado line, that's the line you're going to go after. I always like Colorado for their defensive plays too, though. Kale Maker, one of the best rookies this year. Some value there. Ryan Graves, I found really good value all year for him too. Gets a decent amount of block shots. That's where you find value in players, especially defenders, is block shots. Philly, I mean, the crazy thing about Philly, if you want to target any Philly lines, is you're not going to pay a lot for him. Ben Riemsdyk is 3,900. A lot of people have always been high on him. I haven't as much. I know a lot of people played him last night, only got 7.3 points, but I guess a 4K, it doesn't kill you and it frees up some salary. So, yeah, if you want to go Philly lines, I'm okay with it. Colorado just doesn't play great defense either. One of those teams that shoot the puck but also can get scored on right back. Their counter defense is terrible. So, yeah, a lot of value at Philly. Like, top player is 5,600, so that says a lot. If this big of a slate, if you want to go a Philly stack, it wouldn't be bad there. St. Louis, another decent favorite here tonight. O'Reilly's line, Shen's line, both of them are good to target. Don't kill your salary cap either for tonight. Winnipeg, obviously, the first line, the Patrick Lane line. Sheffield is, I think, pretty undervalued. He's 5,800. Granted, they're playing St. Louis, and their goaltending has been really good lately. But he just gets a lot of points. For a guy that gets over a point a game, he's 5,800, and that just screams a lot of value for me. I think once you go above like about 6'3", the value differs there. But yeah, for a guy that gets over a point a game, definitely value there. Vegas, I mean, they could score. Pecorine's been playing really good this season, though. But I think if Paul Stransny, or Stratsny, I don't know why I said Stransny, if he's on that first line again, definitely that line is so good. You have Max Pacioretty with him, and he just shoots the puck. He's one of the league leaders in shots on goal. 2 points in the 2 games played against Nashville and 11 shots. So he's got the shot bonus both times. Not necessarily, but he averages over 5 shots a game. So definitely that line is pretty good to target. So value there as well. I'm okay with playing, especially if you want to go Theodore 2 at 5,200. That's not bad for paying for a guy that's going to see a lot of ice time and power play time as well. Nashville, I mean, Yossi is just one of the best defenders right now in the NHL. 84 block shots, 179 shots taken, and 51 points. Got 3 points in 2 games against Vegas, 4 shots on goal, 3 block shots. But you are paying a lot for him, and I don't know if I want to pay that much for him tonight. There's a lot more value at defenders everywhere. Forsberg is the most expensive forward for Nashville, 6,300, and there's a reason for it. He's been playing really good. I'm not too high on Nashville tonight, though. The only line that I would play from Nashville is a Craig Smith line. They're just playing really good. They're just getting a lot of shots on net. And you only pay, what is that? Like $9K for them. But I'm not too invested in them tonight. A lot of value. Obviously, Boston, another favorite tonight. Their top line. I'm not going any Boston tonight. I mean, they're gonna score. It's Boston. But I'd rather go for the defenders here. Torrey Krug is probably one of my favorite plays tonight. 6 points in the last 10 games, 21 shots. You look at his stats against Minnesota. He did get the 3-point bonus against Minnesota, the 6 shots, 33.5 fantasy points. That's not why he's my favorite. He's my favorite because he's the top defender on Boston, and he's only 4,900, which is a steal. Any top defender for one of the best lines in NHL, if he's under 5K, that is just a ridiculous steal. Minnesota defenders is what I look at the most for Minnesota. A lot of value there. Brodin is only 3,500. He has some games where he plays really good. Dumba, Bergeron, Suter, value there as well. I'm probably just not going to go with Minnesota forwards tonight. Chicago has been on fire lately. Thankfully, I am a Blackhawks fan. I will say that all the time. And value there as well. They're going to be playing against Antti Raanta, who's been playing terrible lately. The thing that kind of scares me, though, is he did used to play for the Blackhawks. So there's always that factor. And in home games, he's played fairly decent this season, 5-4, with a .232 goal against average. And like I said, you look at his recent games, and the most fantasy points he's gotten is 7. He's lost all 3. But his recent home games, 17.9 against Philly, 17.2 against Anaheim, 32 against St. Louis, and then Dallas 4.2. So if Chicago continues to be red hot, then yeah, you don't expect Chicago to consistently do what they're going to do or what they've done for a while. But as long as they're red hot, it's good to get some value there. So obviously Patrick Kane is the most expensive player. Jonathan Toews, who's played some of the best hockey, he's played in a long time recently. 16 points in the last 10 games, only 16 shots. But God, that's got 16 points in the last 10 games is crazy. He has 4 points in the 2 games against Arizona with 7 shots. His line has just been playing really, really good lately, especially getting the rookie Kublik. And depending on who's with Toews, there's value there. Connor Murphy, top defender for Chicago, been just playing really, really good also. 21 shots on net and 28 block shots last 10 games and 5 points with that. Only got 1 point against Arizona in their 2 games. 5 shots, but 7 block shots. So he's gotten the block shot bonus, average both games. So value there as well. Brandon Saad, only 4,300, playing on one of the top 2 lines. Switches down to the third line here and there, but he's always a player that can explode. So look for value there. Gustafsson, 3,500, 8 points in the last 10 games. So value there as well. Go over to the Arizona side. Taylor Hall, been shooting ridiculous lately. 36 shots in the last 10 games, 11 points, and 1 goal scored against Blackhawks in his 1 game. In my opinion, he's just way too much money right now. 8K to be paying for a guy that doesn't have a lot of help. Connor Garland has gone up in price. 7 points in the last 10 games. Played him the other night against LA. Didn't really do what I needed him to do. But Ekman Larson, if he plays really good, play there too. 4,700 for, like I said, the top defender there. If not, there's other value. Derek Stefan, 7 points in the last 10 games, 25 shots, 9 block shots. He's been one of my guys. I've played a lot. This 3-game span, I had him for all 3 games. And then I did have him against LA, who got me 0. So he's been sliding off, but there's always a chance he heats back up. Edmonton, another huge favorite tonight. Connor McDavid, 8,100. But the guy that I like the most is Leon. The only reason is because he's 7,200 for a guy that has done more than Connor McDavid has. McDavid has 77 points this season. He's 8,100. And he 79 points. So 2 more points, but you're paying 900 points or $900 less. He's got 18 points in the last 10 games and 30 shots. The 3 games against Calgary, though, He's only gotten 3 assists and 10 shots on goal, but every game's a different game. He's one of the best point scorers on the road this season too, so I'm definitely liking him. Clefborn, obviously their best defender, one of the best defenders in the league this season. Been playing really good, especially being on one of those top 2 lines. Nugent Hopkins being on one of the first 2 lines either way, 16 points in the last 10 games as well. His 3 games against Calgary, he's gotten a point each game. Only 7 shots, though. But he's always good for assists, especially being on one of those lines. And then my value pick of the night is Yamamoto. I'm going to pronounce his name like that. 8 points in 10 games he's played this season. He's been playing on one of the top 2 lines, Leon specifically. He's gotten 3 points in the 2 games in only 2 shots, but a guy that's going to play in one of those 2 lines and plays on the second power play unit at 3,500 definitely is my value pick of the night. Anaheim's another team that if you want to pick them, there's value. I just can't ever pick Anaheim. They just don't score a lot, and there's value elsewhere for players. So I'm going to stay away from there. And then the Kings, obviously, another value team. One of the stats I want to pop up is Tyler stat here. 36 shots in the last 10 games. I like players that shoot the puck a lot, and I like line mates that are with them. 3 assists in the 2 games against Anaheim and only 4 shots against them. But at 4,600, there's some value there. You put Jeff Carter with him, who is also 4,600, and you're paying 9,200 for 2 players. So value there as well. And then obviously one of the last games on the slate is Tampa Bay and San Jose, and Tampa Bay is a huge favorite in this game as well. Kucherov is 8,200, Stamkos 7,600, and Point 6,100. So paying a lot for the top 2 lines, but if you fade away from them, Hedman is a really good option here. Defense too, 5,600. Sorelli is only 4,400 tonight. 9 points in the last 10 games, 14 shots. Has the 2 points against San Jose, so I like him here. Played pretty good last night. Killorn plays on one of the bottom 2 lines, but if he gets a chance to play on one of the top 2 lines, got 4 points in the game against San Jose and the 5-shot bonus of 37 fantasy points against him earlier. Palat obviously is there with them too. And then if you want to go for value defense, Tampa Bay is the team to do it. The Shattenkirk defensive line, even though they're the 3rd string defensive line, they still play a decent amount of minutes, and they get a decent amount of points. So value there as well. 36 and 3,800 there. San Jose, I really wouldn't target much here. San Jose, maybe Vander Kane, maybe Burns and Carlson. But with their top 2 players out right now for the season, or Hurdle's out for the season, I don't know if Couture will be back soon. But yeah, that'd be the only thing I target there. So those are the picks, lines, players to pick tonight. Things change as far as line switches, so you got to look at that to find some value tonight. With an 11-game slate, this is the biggest slate we've had in 2 weeks, I believe. So definitely try to find value where you can, and just check goaltenders for tonight. If a team switches up who is going to go in net tonight, that can switch a lot of things, but as far as that, those are my players that I would pick tonight, guys. So I hope you enjoyed the video. Hope this helped. And I hope you guys have a great day. Thanks for watching.